It's Ronnie, and welcome to Ginger's Corner special event Secret Santa 12 Days of Christmas. And today is day 9, so it'll be 9 ladies dancing. And it'll be Mrs. Claus, is what we're creating today. And I have a couple of choices here, but I can't resist the stylish hairdo and ear muffs. Ear muffs. I started saying phones, like headphones, but ear muffs. And I really liked them on her, totally unexpected. And her dress, of course, matches it, so I got to ink both of them. But it looks kind of plain Jane when you see it to start with, but there are a few pieces to add to it to make it look a little bit better. And the head it looks kind of big for the body, but by the time you get her done, she looks cute. And I'm inking it up with parchment from Close to My Heart. And it does have the mouth is actually cut out a little bit, but it has debossing for where to put the eyes. And I, I think I got really close to where it was at. I mean, they may not be exactly right because I wasn't thinking about the glasses when I put them on there. But I thought, well, that's where it looks like it goes. And it looks like it fits right when the glasses go on there. So I guess I might have done it right. But I felt like I was spacing them out kind of far. But see, as soon as you put that stylish head of hair on there, her head don't look quite as square. I uh, am going to put the dress on there, but I remember the headphones. So the headphones are going to go on. And I was tempted to cut around her hair and put a little bit of it over the top of the headphones. But then I thought, well, I might mess it up. So I talked myself out of it really quickly. I did add some lost shadow to the white hair so it wouldn't be quite as stark of a white color. The collar, I'm just kind of tucking around her neck so it looks like it goes up and around. And then the other piece, it's quite a bit bigger, and it's going to go down the length of her dress. Now, I thought that the little thin piece you put on the bottom of the dress was kind of on the thin side, but I went ahead and used it. I was tempted to make my own and make it as thick as the other part. Oh, and when I put the hands on, I put the left one on first, and then when I put the right one on, I thought, hey, I can tuck the thumb behind her so it looks like she's got her hands on her hips. In the picture, it looks like her hands are just in front of her, but I thought she might as well look a little bit sassy instead. So I tucked the other one, the left one, well, it would be her right. It would be her right. I would have had took it back off and tucked it too, so both of them would look that way. But in that piece then, so yeah, some other time when I make it, I might make it thicker, but I thought I'd go ahead and go with the flow and put it on there. Even though it reminds me of a slip showing because it's such a thin amount. Um, oh, her feet, I started to go ahead and put them on there, and then I thought, it'd be cute if I made her some stockings to go on there. And so they're a little bit longer than they would otherwise be. It just hit me. I should have probably done the red stripes at an angle instead of stripes. Oh well, it looks cute anyway. But yeah, I don't know what made me not think of it until now. Watching myself, I learned a lot of what not to do anyway. And oh, I'm still working on the other one. I am very slow at this and got it wrong anyhow. But yeah, so I guess I just have striped stockings instead of candy cane ones. But they are red and white. That's a plus. Now, this Mrs. Santa Claus had a Santa that you could buy to go with the die set, but I thought, well, I've got a few Santas, so I didn't go ahead and get him. However, looking at her, she looks kind of lonely, don't she? And she looks like maybe she does need a Santa. Oh, I'm adding the belt. Almost forgot about the belt. I just happened to think of it after I got the shoes done. And it has the tiniest little gold buckle. Well, buckle. I made it gold buckle. But here's my Santa body. And it looks kind of on the funny side. But it works out. By the time everything goes on there, it works out. I am inking it in that red brick red, I believe it is. It's not red brick, it's brick red. And I am going to add a piece of scrap to the top because I wasn't quite happy. Well, I didn't want to worry about the head coming off, not fitting there right. I knew the beard would come down, but I wasn't quite sure by the time I added the face part if I would be quite as happy with it because it kind of catches right on the edge of the beard. So I just added that little bit. Nobody will see it. And, well, my partner might see it. She might look at the mechanics on the back. But yeah, I just took a piece of scrap paper and added it. Now, right off the bat on this die set, I lost the little mouth. And this little tiny piece was laying over in the tray. I think it might have been off fall or something with a different die set that I'd used for this Christmas thing. And so I thought, well, I'll just use it and cut it down a little bit more and add it instead. And I put that black piece of cardstock behind there. And I think it worked out pretty good. I was kind of panicking because I thought, where in the world did that go? I don't know about y'all, but I can go across the house and find a dye on my sweater or my shirt or something, or it'll be stuck to the bottom of my shoe, or I won't find it at all. But yeah, these little tiny ones, you got to really keep track of them, and apparently I did not keep track of that mouth, but I made do. Um, his One of his eyebrows, I don't even think shows at all by the time I get him together, but his eyes, one is bigger than the other. I considered cutting them out twice and using the two smaller ones. But I thought, well, I'm going to go ahead and go with it because he kind of looks like he's standing at an angle. So one would look closer. And I scooted it up kind of close to the edge where it's got a little indent for his nose. And the nose is cut out right there so you can put it on top of his mustache, which I think is really cute. And that's why I said I wasn't sure if it was going to have a whole lot caught under there to be glued down. And the way to it and the hat and everything, I just wanted to make sure by adding a little bit of structure behind there. And y'all might notice that this Santa's design on his suit is similar to Mrs. Santa, and it's because they're both made by the same company. It's called Cat Love, and but they are not a set. um, the other Santa's smaller, I believe. He looks smaller, but yeah, I knew I had a couple that I thought might work, and so I just got the girl, the woman, the Santa, Mrs. Santa, and I did consider making her all by myself with punches. But, and I have done it, but I thought, well, I think I'll just, because I was going to put her with a Santa that was already made. So, well, maybe I ought to order one. It wasn't that high. So I did order one. So uh, I think she's the only thing I ordered for this hop. Um, I can't think of anything else that I ordered for it. But Uh, there's a few things that are punch art because I didn't order anything else. And I think the Santa was even quicker to put together than the Mrs. Santa. Uh, since I already had the mouth planned out. But yeah, and he is super cute. I thought he looked jolly when I got him. Um, his hands are kind of spread out, so I thought I'd kind of snuggle Mrs. Claus up there with him. And it seems to work. She fits about just about right. His belt is pretty thin too. Hers was thin, and his is thin also. And it's funny if you looked at the picture, which I apparently did not show y'all. Uh, it hangs low on the jacket there, so it looks kind of like his belly hangs over. If I had been confident, I would have used my white gel pen and put a couple creases there to make it look like it's hanging over the belt a little more. But I thought, oh, I'd hate to mess it up after I got this far. So I resisted and just put highlights where I normally do. My computer is going incredibly slow, and it just now stopped at the pictures when I was back there talking on the video. So if I didn't talk about the first couple of pictures, that's why. But I made a little background here. I did not glue anything down. I just made it and set Mr. and Mrs. Claus on there and threw some sequins on there too. But I thought I might as well make a scene here. I had those trees cut already and a little bit of snow on them. Yeah, I can just make a little scene. Y'all know I like to make scenes, but yeah, I couldn't resist. But make sure you check out the link down there below for the playlist to find out what everybody else made for the 12 days of Christmas. And there's a link down there for the Facebook group in case you want to get in on some swaps. But there's lots of inspiration in there too. Ideas of putting things together and making things for your embellishment and making your own. But thank y'all so very much for joining me today while I created my two little embellishments for my swap exchange. And I hope y'all have a happy, scrappy week. Have fun with the playlist. Bye.